Politics now. The ANC in Mangaung has expelled 8 councillors after they voted with the opposition during the election of the council speaker. 3 other councillors got away with a warning after showing remorse. For more on this, we're joined by Lawrence Mathaye, Chairperson of the ANC in Mangaung. Mr. Mathaye, good evening, and thank you very much for your time. Quite a lot has happened this week. Let's just start with your members that voted for a DA speaker. The last we heard was you were considering subjecting your members to a polygraph test. Now we hear of expulsions. Just take us through what exactly happened.
Good evening, Fundo, and to the viewers of eNCA. Yes, indeed, during the past week, a lot has happened where 11 of our councillors voted with opposition, which resulted in a DA candidate taking over the reins of the speaker. We did not have to put our councillors or the suspects through a polygraphic test. We did not do that because for a very long time we have known that there are certain councillors who are consistently voting with opposition. Last year, a decision was taken, having subjected these councillors to a thorough disciplinary process. A decision was taken for the expulsion of such councillors. But that decision was put on hold with a view that there's now a new leadership in the region as well as in the province. We wanted to extend an olive branch to these councillors for them to appreciate that there's now a new leadership and they would repent from this conduct which seeks to diminish the role and the power of the ANC in the council. So yes, 11 voted. We came to the knowledge of these 11 once a thorough process of interaction was conducted between the entire 51 councillors of the ANC. We then asked them to present themselves in their case. So that's how we came to know. We did not have to put everybody through a lie detecting test.
Now, it's no secret Mangaung is deeply troubled and national government has also had to intervene. What would be your views to those that say perhaps those party members that voted for the DA might have voted with their conscience, believing that another party directing council might yield better results?
No self-respecting councillor who acts on the authority and the platform of the ANC will simply use his conscience. There was a directive from caucus. Just a day before council, we had a 7-hour consultation with all these councillors. The next day, when we were about to get into a council meeting, there was a 2-hour caucus with these councillors. A directive was very clear that the ANC has determined that a candidate of the ANC should be mandated, should be voted to take over the rights of the speaker. So there's just no sense member of the ANC will betray that directive.
Now, that particular sitting is something that you're also looking to challenge. Just talk to us about the issues there pertaining to the MM.
Well, you would know that there's an acting city manager who has been directed by national culture to temporarily take over administration until such time that there's a newly appointed city manager by council. Sometimes in February, towards the end of February, council received a report from the acting city manager to extend his term. You would know that council does not appoint. In fact, council took a decision not to extend the term of office of the then acting city manager on the grounds that he was appointed, he was assigned by national culture to come and preside over this period during which we will be recruiting for a city manager of the council. So unfortunately, once that decision was taken, there was a notice by the same city manager which convened this council meeting. And on the very same day of the council meeting, the same acting city manager was not there. We fully appreciated that he was not supposed to be there because his term of office, which was given to him by national culture, had come to an end. It was only fair that a proper city manager or a duly appointed city manager, whether acting should convene such a council meeting. So indeed, a council meeting took place, convened by a person who has got no legal authority to convene such a meeting. And we strongly believe that grounds
So have you
exist
sought legal
for
advice?
us.
Apologies for interjecting there. Have you sought legal advice, and what were you advised to do?
Yes, indeed, we have sought legal advice, and we are confident that the advice that we have received can present us with a possibility to nullify the outcomes of this past council sitting, so that a properly constituted sitting convened by the relevant authority should do so. In the event where you do not have a city manager or acting city manager, as well as the speaker, the Act provides that the MEC responsible for local government should be the one that convenes such a council sitting. So this did not take place.
All right. Mr. Mathaye, thank you very much for your time this evening. That's Lawrence Mathaye, Chairperson of the ANC in Mangaung. More news on the other side of this break. Do stay with us.